What's happening, everybody? NMaktima out on the water. Yeah, glad to be out on the water again, and glad to have you guys tag along with. And today, another special guest on the NMaktima show. We have Damian Aguilar. Introduce yourself, man.
How's it going, guys? I'm Damian Aguilar, also known as Stuart. Yeah, I'm glad to be out here with my buddy Norman, and yeah, see what we can do.
Yeah, man, definitely glad to have you along as well. I met Damian at High Desert Angler. He used to come in the fly shop, whenever he was in town, or he stop in, pick up some tying materials, whatever. Just got a glimpse of his fly box. Pretty sick ties in there. So maybe we'll get a shot of his fly box if he's willing to divulge that info. No?
Nah. It's
Secret weapons. But no, seriously, some pretty awesome looking flies. So he's been kind of fishing and figuring this out all on his own, as we were talking on the drive up, but yeah, tell him where you're from and kind of how long you've been doing this and all that.
All right. Yeah, I've been I'm from Santo Domingo, Pueblo, and I've been fishing for probably about 6 years, I'd say, and really just been experimenting with different styles, wait for it line, and now more recently Euro nymphing. So thanks to Norman for helping me out, giving me tips, with leaders and stuff, what flies to use, and yeah, kind of got me into it too. So a big thank you, Norman, for helping me out too. So
no problem.
Yeah, for sure, man. But glad to be out here, and yeah, if it wasn't for Norman, I probably wouldn't be Euro nymphing or experimenting, trying something new, and yeah, still learning too.
Well, thanks for sharing that, and yeah, man, I'm always here to help as much as I can, if I can. All right, anyway, for those of you who watch these videos that I put out on NMaktima fly fishing, you probably can guess where we're at, or at least, have a familiar background behind us. But that being said, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, that notification, let you all know when I got new videos popping up, and they should be a lot more frequent these days, since I have more time to get out and get videoing, shooting footage and content, getting all that together for you all. So anyway, always appreciate you guys commenting as well. I always try to get back at you as quickly as I can. Yeah, so I know Damian, he's on Facebook, and I can probably drop that if you want me to on sure, the description. And he's done some videos on there too, some little short clip type stuff, which has been pretty fun to watch. Local waters again, just again working different techniques, different water types. Yeah, man, proud of this guy. He's got a lot of time on the water. So but anyway, as with anything, enough talking, let's go fishing.
Let's go, man.
Let's do it. All right, let's get to the water.
This is my baby, the Ready to Strike. It's 10.5 foot 3-weight, and yeah, this is my baby. Put it through a lot. We've been through a lot, of course.
She's that deep relationship between man and rod.
Yeah, this is my rod. Let's go ahead and go with one of my special flies here. We'll go with that size. Go with the 16. Yeah, we'll go with the Here's There olive with the orange hotspot here. Yeah, two of my go-tos. Set the pink one at the bottom. And tie on our, whoops, Here's There. So both flies are size 16s on both flies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or 2.8, make it true size. Piece of water, your cider might get blown off, and you want your flies to move naturally as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on the indicator. Dig in my bag here, bag of tricks. And just gonna run a small one. Nothing too fancy. 3 feet to the first fly, down about, whoops, getting snagged everywhere. 2 feet to the second fly. Am I just waiting for that little take, that little dip on the indicator, any movement or anything? So we never know what's at the bottom. Look like a little take there.
Yeah, these fish in here can definitely be subtle on the eat. Especially when you're dealing with some colder temps. Alright, so Damian's still working up off of that shelf there. I'm going to do the same, put an indicator on here. I'm running a little shorter rig. About 20 inches between my nymphs, about 4.5, 4 feet from cider to my point fly. Again, slow moving water in here, so I am going to run a suspension rig. It will probably match Damian's depth, about 5-6 feet. So I'm going to have it a little higher up on my cider. Alright, and up top I got an HDA Fay variant. A 16 with a 2.8 mil bead, and then I got a pink tag, a size 14 with a 3.3 mil bead on the point. A little tricky because I need to get out a little further into that current area there. Give it a mend to keep my drift moving down to start with, and looks like I need to mend back up just to slow down this fly line right here in front of me. So my fly line is moving a little faster than my, oh, something's messing with it. Come on, come on. Faster than my indicator, so I'm going to mend back up, slow it down. So my fly line will match the speed of the indicator, which is obviously the speed of the current the flies are in. Looked like I had a little bump there. Something was messing with it. Let's try that again. Lay my cast out and then push forward on my roll cast. So again, my fly line starting to accelerate. See that bow shape downstream? I'm going to raise the rod tip high and then use my wrist to roll the fly line upriver. Little tip and mending. Now it doesn't always have to be an upstream or downstream mend, whichever direction that, no, little tag there, whichever direction that fly line starts to belly in. So if it bellied upstream, I would mend downstream. That means my indicator and flies are in faster moving current, but my line is stuck in slow moving water. In this case, the current closest to me is moving faster, and if I don't know if you can see my indicator, but it's starting to drag the indicator faster downstream and back towards me. So throwing that upstream end will slow down my fly line and allow the current that the flies are in to dictate the speed and direction of the drift rather than my fly line. Mending's it's one of the more challenging aspects to your presentation. So again, looking at my fly line here, I'm going to raise the rod tip and with my wrist create an arc with the rod tip. So you're coming in this direction. A lot of times people will just create a circle with the rod tip. You're always bringing your rod right back to that direction, so your fly line always ends up where you started from, which doesn't create a mend. A mend is in order to fix the drift, fix the presentation of the fly. So you're going to create an arc because your fly line is down here. You don't want it back down here, or else it'll continue to pull the flies faster than they need to. So you're going to raise the rod, create an arc, sending that line upstream to create that pause. Your line will eventually catch up with the fly line, so you may need to do it twice. One thing that I get a lot of questions about is whether it's a good thing to move your indicator or move your flies when you mend. Yes, in that initial mend, definitely that sets up your entire drift. So if you do a crappy mend, and you try to do mends on top of a crappy mend, your drift is going to be crappy. So if you get your initial mend established, a good solid mend, then your subsequent mends or your secondary mends are just in order to maintain the drift, and you get a much better drift and much better presentation, allowing your flies to achieve their depth and current speed. So I think I was hitting something out there. It kept kind of dragging along, set on that a couple times and nothing registered, so just moved it.
Nice. Nice. Brownie?
Brown.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how it's done, folks.
All right, well, that was a tough session. We worked that water pretty hard. I got one, and that's all we saw. Tried streamers, more Euro nymphing. I think this water temp down here is a little too cold. Didn't see any bug activity. Normally you should see some betas down here, but nothing to that effect that would get these fish moving. So we're gonna go upstream. This is a tailwater, so we'll get closer to the dam where the water's a little more consistent in temperature, and see if we can't pull a few more fish. We gotta get Damian into one. He's jonesing for one. All right, make the move here. All right, well, we changed position, moved up river, and yeah, we'll see how it goes here. We got some dudes above us hooting and hollering, sticking some fish.
Saw the stocking truck drive off and we moved up.
Yep. Well, we got about an hour or somewhere around in there to fish and call it a day, but yeah, let's give it a go here and see if we actually know how to fish. Didn't even have to put the egg on. It's a nice sized boat. Calm down, buddy. We'll get you out of here. Yeah. Rainbow. There you go. Damian's on one. Nice. That'll work.
That'll work. What'd you say?
Stoked on stalkers.
Stalker boy.
There you go.
Nice. That'll do.
All right, well, that's gonna wrap up our day. Tough day. We're just trying to figure it out. The water conditions just got into prime, so who knows, maybe these fish are just trying to adjust to the clear water. But you know, all in all, conditions look pretty solid. Didn't see really any bug activity, so you know, there's a rise right down there when we're trying to get out of here. So yeah, we're calling it a day. I got to get back home. I got to pick up my daughter and do, you know, dad stuff. So anyway, thanks, Damian. Yeah, it was a good time. Appreciate it. Good convos, and yeah, just enjoyed being out in the water with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're trying to not talk about the bad day of fishing we had, but exactly. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get out again.
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
Damian hasn't really fished this river all that much, so he's kind of getting to learn it, and so who knows, we maybe just try and come back out and get him more tuned to this river.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, you can find Damian. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you on Facebook.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Damian, DAMIANS, then Aguilar. And yeah, I post most of my content there as well. So I already have a few videos up. So if you want to check those out, go ahead. And yeah, let me know. And quick shout out to my cousin Joanne. Thank you for all the love and support. I really appreciate it. Without you, man, I probably wouldn't be fishing anymore. Yeah, and special someone, thank you. And your support is greatly appreciated. Thanks to all my friends, family. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Norman.
Yeah, man.
That was fun.
No problem.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know where to find him. Follow this dude. Puts out some cool little vids here and there, you know, some little how-to stuff, which is always fun. And always, you know, it helps wherever you're at, you know. So, and obviously, you know where to find me. Facebook, Instagram, NMaktima Fly Fishing, YouTube, Patreon, all that stuff. Yeah, so we got some more guest hosts coming up, so check those out. But please like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications so you know when these vids are coming out. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later next time out on the water. All right, y'all, take care. Get out on the water yourselves. Peace.